Hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven and this is Raven's Rants. Today we're going to talk about pharmaceuticals and specifically mood stabilizers. So if you watch TV at all, especially in the evening, all you see is commercials for mood stabilizing drugs, balancing your emotions. And the side effects seem to be worse than the problem, right? Or the problem that you've been told you have. Right? Anal leakage, heart attacks, may cause depression, may cause sadness, suicidal thoughts. Holy shit. You just might be feeling a little bit sad. You just might be wondering how you can regulate your moods and not feel like you're all over the place. Well, newsflash. We are supposed to experience this world and everything in it, including the people, our relationships, and our emotions on the entire spectrum. So when we're trying to prescribe children Adderall and people are taking antidepressants, people are taking, once again, mood stabilizers, things to regulate you. And don't get me wrong, I'll back up. Some people need medication. There are certain instances where pharmaceuticals are required. I agree there's been advancements in medicine. But I think most people in the medical field, this is just a band-aid. Let me do this. They don't get down to the root of the cause. They don't have a holistic approach. And we know that diet, exercise, and sleep will contribute to a more healthy existence while you're here on Earth, right? And why is everyone so quick to prescribe medication for something where I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that? No one wants to have a conversation. And no one even really gets into clinical trials or is it going to interact with other medication? I know this for a fact because I've spoken to many people in the medical industry, pharmaceutical reps, doctors, what have you, that they don't have time to do this. They don't really go through clinical trials. They don't go through interactions with other medications. They don't do the research on body composition, on your genetics, on anything like that. And this is why, typically followed up by those commercials with all the side effects where they're pushing this product on you, they have lawsuits. Did you take this? You can be part of a class action lawsuit because they didn't know. They didn't do the research. They didn't have clinical trials. And so be very careful on what you put into your body. And once again, counseling is important. Talking to friends, talking to family. Psychology is important. Sharing your experiences. Don't just jump into a band-aid because that's what this is going to be. And there will be side effects. There's side effects for everything. There's side effects for fucking coffee. There's always cause and effect. There's always action, reaction. You know, so if you have children, and I'm not giving medical advice, by the way, disclaimer, but if you have children, if you have loved ones, if you have partners, spouses, friends, and their immediate go-to is, let me put this pill in my body and it makes me feel better. It's more important to get down to the root cause and have those conversations and figure out what thoughts and emotions are creating this situation that seems unmanageable to this person. And this is not an attack on like doctors, the whole industry, or anything like that. Once again, I know there's been advancements in medicine. I'm grateful, for surgeons, for antibiotics, for a lot of shit. But I think this push for mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, all this other shit is just a band-aid. And it's also a perpetual investment into those companies, into the medical field. Because with those side effects, you develop other ailments, which in turn you have to get medication for, which in turn turns your body toxic. And I'll reiterate, we are supposed to be experiencing the full spectrum of emotions. When you take a mood stabilizer, an antipsychotic, or something like that, it shrinks your spectrum. Where you don't get really happy, you don't get really sad, but you're not what they would deem to be manic. You know, children are supposed to be overly creative and emotional, and so are we. We demonize any behavior that seems unnormal. Our reactions, the way we emote when we're in public, when we're at work, when we're in conversations, we are so easy, based on our conditioning, to judge and say, oh, that's not normal. You shouldn't laugh out loud that way. You shouldn't cry at music. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't be all over the place. We're supposed to be all over the place. It is on us, absolutely, to manage our emotions. But what is fucking normal? None of us are normal. You know, creativity. Once again, sleep, a good diet, exercise, and also working on the self. Like, what the fuck happened where everything just turned into, take this pill. Let's make pill boxes. Let's do this. Have you taken your pills? Are you off your meds? Everyone's quick to judge someone as crazy, as manic, as schizophrenic, as all this. And yes, those ailments, we'll call them, do exist. And some need more treatment than others. But on the surface, everyone is so quick to jump to the medical field and pharmaceuticals. And this is just a Band-Aid. You know, it's like smoking a cigarette if you're stressed out. It doesn't make the stress go away, only for that moment. It distracts you. The majority of those pharmaceuticals are distractions from the actual cause, or it's to make others feel better about the situation that the individual is going through. I can't deal with them. They are overactive. They are way too happy and all over the place and have way too much energy. Give them a project. Give them some tasks. Ask them why they're sad. Why are they depressed? What are they doing to perform some introspection, to analyze? You know, are you connecting with them? Are you avoiding the situation? And I think the majority of people that will just prescribe a pill are avoiding the situation. It's way harder to look at everything holistically. And it's not an immediate quick fix. Anything that's a quick fix has side effects. There are no fucking shortcuts in life. That's not how this shit works. So I just wanted to bitch about that for a little bit because, once again, there's validity and there's value in a lot of the medicine that we have today. But this push for anything that, you know, to quickly label, you know, crazy, you're manic, this person's all over the place, you know, depressed, you're too sad, or you're too happy, you have too much energy, we need to calm you down. You're coloring way outside the lines. That also steals your creativity. Why would you want to exist in a spectrum right here? I know we don't want to dwell on sadness and depression, but we have to process those feelings. Those are valid feelings, or anger. You know, if we don't experience those parts, then we don't know what it feels like to be happy, to laugh, to have ultimate joy, to find love. So if you're in a situation where that is the go-to for the person you are talking to in the medical field or anything like that, or family or friends, neighbors, and they suggest that is the first, maybe you should look at taking Xanax. Maybe you should look at ADD medication. Maybe your kid is way too overactive. Maybe that kid's going to develop a fucking rocket ship. Maybe that kid's going to be an engineer and come up with a way for water purification. I don't know. Spitballing, right? But when you give somebody mood-altering drugs, once again, the side effects can be horrific. And something else is going to occur in your body. And you steal creativity from people. You know, we're all weird. We're all different. What is fucking normal? And most of this is people's perceptions and observations of the situation where that individual interacts with other people. Ooh, they make me feel this way. They make me uneasy. I have to be on point all the time because they might say something, that I deem to be crazy or offensive. We'll work on that. Have conversations. No one wants to put the work in. Put the fucking work in. And once again, this isn't a solution for every single ailment, for every single issue, for every single concern. But stop fucking jumping into pharmaceuticals like they are the fucking answer. Do your research. Look at holistic medicine. Eastern medicine has existed for thousands of fucking years for a reason. Diet, exercise, sleep, creativity, outlets, conversations, relationships. Don't be one of those people that gets that side effect. And that, of anal leakage. It's funny to me, but it occurs, Don't be part of those lawsuits. Don't jump on the bandwagon and look for the quick fix and the solution. And don't ignore the fact that we all are supposed to enjoy the full spectrum of emotion, even though some of us have difficulty processing and pulling out of that. That's what we're all here for. So just a little bitch, just a little rant for the morning. And reach out. Connect with people. Research. Have some perspective. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you dig the video, give it a like. If you enjoy the content, even this, and you're not subscribed, you can subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell if you want alerts when I release new videos. And take care of yourself. Have an amazing day.